It's happening. Today, we are going to talk about your 17th week of being pregnant with twins. In this video, we're going to chat about some things that you might want to do this week and give you some tips to hopefully make things a lot easier for you. I am Natalie Diaz, founder of Twiniversity, author of the #1 book, What to Do When You Are Having Two, which is something you definitely need during your twin pregnancy. And today I am telling you, we're going to jump in. You'll find a lot of these tips on twiniversity.com as well as in our book, but why bother? Let's get to it today, shall we? Welcome to your 17th week of your twin pregnancy. All right, let's jump right in, shall we? A few things you need to start doing or start looking into this week are, #1, if you are considering banking your cord blood, you really need to start putting some thought into that now, because it's one of those things that if you wait too long, your doctor may not be ready. You might not have the kits on hand. I personally am a big cord blood advocate, so it's something that I personally wish that I would have done during my twin pregnancy, because I am one of those families that would have actually used it, but I didn't get the opportunity to because I didn't. So if you are curious about, the whole process and what it means and how to do it, you could just head on over to cordblood.com. There's plenty of research over there that will give you every little tidbit that you could possibly want. But if it's something that you want to consider, you really need to start thinking about it now in your 17th week. The next thing you have to start doing is you really need to start researching postpartum doulas or lactation consultants. If you know that you really want to breastfeed, the best way to do that is to start off with a good lactation consultant by your side. You could either get an IBCLC, which is an international board certified lactation consultant, or just a CLC. You will pay a lot more for the IBCLC. However, you kind of get what you pay for. So it may be something that you want to consider. However, finding a CLC who has a ton of experience working with twin moms is also totally cool. What's a postpartum doula? Why should you care? If you're coming home just you and your partner, it really is a good idea to have an extra pair of hands that first week. Maybe you don't have a family member that's close by, or maybe you don't have, somebody who lives across the street that could come help you for a few hours a day. If that's the case, start looking up postpartum doulas. They would be the answer to all of your prayers when it comes to getting you set up during that first week after your delivery. Another thing you might want to start to think about is, do you need a car? Are you going to be able to fit the amount of car seats in the back of your car that's necessary? Unfortunately, not every car can accommodate 3 car seats in the back. So if you have an older child, or if you're planning on going right after the twins right back in to the party and having some more kids, will you be able to accommodate 3 in the back? So one thing that I want you to do, go outside right now, go find your car manual and see how your car recommends that you set up 2 car seats in the back seat of your car. If you have 3 rows, could you set them up in that 3rd row? Don't be so sure that your car, that you can't say, oh yeah, we'll be able to put them there. I just personally installed some car seats the other day, and I was shocked to find out that the 2nd row of a Dodge doesn't move. I had no idea. This is things that I'm learning for the first time. I thought it was impossible. And so it made it really challenging to install car seats in a Dodge, personally, for me. However, you may not drive a Dodge. You may have a much easier time doing things, but it doesn't hurt to start looking now, because if you do need to get a second car or a new car that's going to fit the twinnies, this is the time to do it. You don't want to wait till the end of your pregnancy. That is not a good time to start car shopping. Now, if you're like, Nat, I need more than this. This isn't enough. I have good news for you, because Twiniversity has a mentorship program exclusively for expectant twin moms. It's totally free, but we have a dedicated team member at Twiniversity that does nothing but match you up with another twin mom. So you could be matched up by geography, matched up by specific situation. Let's say you're a military family and your partner is, overseas. We could definitely find somebody to kind of navigate you or help you navigate through the rest of your pregnancy and those first weeks with your twins. So if you need more information, head on over to twiniversity.com, click on the resources tab, and that's where you'll find our mentorship information. So needless to say, I shouldn't have to say this, but if you're not resting during your 17th week of twin pregnancy, I don't know, you must be like a superwoman of some sort. Perhaps you've just entered yourself into an Iron Woman competition, but you really, really need to get some rest. And starting now is really a good idea to get into a habit of maybe taking a midday siesta or going to bed a little bit earlier, even if you're not actually falling asleep, but just laying in bed, getting your body to relax, maybe even listening to some kind of guided meditation, something. But this is when you really start packing on some pounds. Not really you, it's really going to be the babies. The babies are growing, you're growing, everything is moving. There is a lot going on. During your 17th week of your twin pregnancy, it could start getting a little challenging. So if you feel a little bit more tired than usual, please make sure that you're resting enough. Now, once you get up from your siesta nap, please, I beg you, you got to eat. I know it may feel like you're running out of room in your stomach, but you really do need to think about that dish that's in front of you. And if you're looking at kind of like a food pyramid dish that's in front of you, it's going to have your carbs, it's going to have your veggies, it might have a little bit of fruit, it might have some protein. You got to focus on the protein, okay? Protein is the building block of life. You need some protein. Think eggs, think chicken, think steak, think pork, go for it. You really need to start bulking up on some protein because it's going to make your whole body feel better. And finally, if you're like getting a little overwhelmed, I hear you, mama. I really do. But you got to take it one day at a time. If today wasn't your best day and you didn't eat as well as you should have, and maybe you didn't drink all the water that you should have, and maybe you got a little bit more stressed out than you should have, it's okay. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow will be better. Thank goodness the sun will come up tomorrow. Tomorrow. No, I'm not going to do it. No matter how much you beg me, I will not continue to sing that song. So that's what I got for you today for your 17th week of your twin pregnancy. If you want more information, head on over to twiniversity.com/pregnancy timeline. Take a look. We break it down week by week, and there is a ton more tips, tricks, pics, ultrasound pics, belly pics, you name it, we got it over there. And while you're there, sign up for our newsletter because we will literally drop into your inbox a new email each week about that week of your twin pregnancy. If you're more of an auditory type of learner, we have two fantastic podcasts, the Twiniversity Community Podcast and another podcast called Twins Tale. And that is just basically the reality show of Twiniversity where I interview a mom and talk about that day of her day with her twinnies. So for more information, head on over to twiniversity.com. And until next time, guys, I will see you later, alligators. Have a great 17th week.